make your diorama so that you could do your habitat for your animal. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pencil, you're going to need a ruler, and you're going to need scissors and your paper. Now first of all, your paper is not a square, it's a rectangle. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make the paper a square. So we're going to take it off. And we're going to measure. So your paper is 12 by 9, so we need to make it a 9 by 9 square. So I'm going to line up the ruler. I'm going to put a little dot where it's 9. You have to make sure your ruler is lined up with the edge of the paper. Move it up. Put a little mark where it says 9. So you have to make 2 dots. Okay. Then we take the edge of our ruler and we're going to line it up with those 2 dots. Draw it across. Now we have a 9 by 9 square. And we're going to trim this because we want to make sure we have a square for our diorama. And I don't really want these edges, so we're going to trim those off too. You'll probably have those also because you're taking this out of your paper pad. Okay. So now the first part, we're going to be folding it, okay? We're going to take this corner and fold it to that corner. So here we go. Make sure it's folded. Okay, and then we're going to open it up. Now we're going to fold it from this corner to this corner. So the 2 opposite corners. And we're going to fold it. So now we have an X in the center of our paper. Then we're going to cut along the fold, and we're only going to go to the center of the paper. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stop when I get to that center point where the lines meet. Okay, so now I have one slit. So one of the sides you're going to see and one of the sides you're not going to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put an X on this side because I'm not going to draw on this side. And I'm going to fold it so that it overlaps. And there we have our 3D form. If I go like this, you can see that it stands on its own. Okay. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to take tape or glue and glue the side that I drew the X on because I'm not drawing on that. Glue it, and that's what forms our diorama. Now the X's we're not going to color on at all, but this is going to be the bottom of your diorama, so you're going to color that. If you're doing an animal that lives in the ocean, you're going to do maybe a sand color. If you're doing an animal from the desert, you would do sand here. If you're doing a forest, maybe it would be either water or green for grass. And then you're going to fold it over like this. So I'm going to put an X with the marker just so you could see it on the camera, but you could just do it in pencil. This is going to be the bottom of my paper. And I think I'm going to do an otter. So I'm going to have this be some grass, but I'm going to also have some water on the base. So kind of maybe a river going through. Maybe some rocks here. Some waves. And we're going to do the animal last, and that's going to be a separate piece of paper. So there's my river on the bottom part of my diorama. And then this is gonna be the sky and trees. So I'm gonna do a freshwater otter. So I'm gonna draw some trees. Maybe some grass. Maybe some little bush. And then maybe you could put some flowers in the bush to add some color to this part of the diorama. You could put some clouds in the sky. So then when I put it together, remember this one goes on the bottom and I'm going to glue it, but you shouldn't glue it until you're done doing all your drawing. And then it's going to look like that. So you have your trees standing up and then the water. Now, I don't want my otter to be too big. I want him to look like he belongs in this landscape, or I want her to look like she belongs in this landscape. So you know that extra piece of paper we had? We can use that. And actually, I'm gonna have the otter standing up. So here, there's a little nose, some whiskers, and some eyes. Maybe it's holding a fish. And it's kind of sitting up on its hind legs. So here, a mouth. They have little ears. Here's his body. And he has a little tail. And then what I'm gonna do is I need something for it to stand up. So I'm gonna draw a little rectangle under here. That's gonna be my little tab that I'm gonna fold. Then I'm gonna cut it out. Now you're gonna be coloring yours. I'm just doing this so you can see what it's gonna look like. So you're gonna color it first, and then you're gonna carefully cut around your animal that you've chosen. And then that little rectangle that I drew, we're gonna fold it back. And then I'm gonna cut 2 slits. So 1, 2. So I folded 2 of the slits back and 1 forward. So now it looks like this on the bottom. So then I'm gonna put little dots of glue or a glue stick on there. I'm gonna put this together, and then he will stand up in the landscape. So he's kind of standing up in the water. Or I can have him standing on the grass. So then our last thing we're gonna do is, like I said, when you're done coloring, you're gonna finish coloring that. And on the side that has the X for your base, you're gonna take the glue stick and glue it. Make sure you press really hard. That's gonna be our base. And then you're gonna take the glue stick again, and on those little tabs, the little tabs that we made, I'm gonna add the glue to the tabs that we made. And I'm going to attach the otter. I'm going to rub it down there. And then it'll be finished.